You're listening to The Middle Age Gamers from Dimension X.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back. This is Magdx, episode 16. 16. We're getting close to 20. Getting close to 20. A little or more to 2-0, and then we have to go to the third season. That's right. I am GI Gamer 1981 on Facebook and Instagram. My partner in crime over here is Tristan Ibarra. He's the author of Video Game Collector's Field Guide, and he's also a graphic artist for Premium Edition Games, which he's currently working on some cool projects right now. So please support them whenever you get a chance. PremiumEditionGames.com. How was your trip from Portland Retro Gaming Expo?
Yeah, I mean, first off, let's talk about how it's been a while since we recorded, but that's why I was at the Portland Retro Gaming Expo weekend before last, and I had a lot of fun. It's always a lot of fun. That was the fourth time I've ever been there, and the second time I've been there as a vendor. The logistics of actually getting things together and getting there and travel and all that, it's such a pain in the ass. But like Saturday and Sunday when we're actually at the booth and have everything set up and talking to people, it's so much fun. It's really gratifying. Being able to like network with people and see, people's appreciation for our games and my book and all that stuff. It makes it worth it. So yeah, but travel back. I
heard all about that nightmare.
Yeah. I mean, like we both of our flights. So like on the way out there, we flew from Omaha to Seattle to Portland, and basically like we had enough of a layover that it wasn't too stressful. Yeah. But on the way back, our layovers were like 30 minutes and then 50 minutes. And so any sort of delay in there would mean that we like missed the flight, and then like everything just snowballs from there. So we hit a huge delay in Seattle. Our flight from Seattle to Salt Lake City, it was delayed like 5 times. And it was across like 3 different planes. We had to switch planes twice. So, because our layover in Salt Lake City to get to Omaha was only like 50 minutes, maybe an hour. Obviously we didn't make that flight. So we got stuck in Salt Lake City overnight. They put us up in a hotel. Delta it was really cool though. Like we talked to this representative. Delta, for some reason, whenever they like rebook your flights, they don't do it the most efficient way. So we were going to have like two flights the next morning instead of going straight from Salt Lake City to Omaha. And so we talked to like a gate agent, and she was super helpful, and she even like hooked us up with like more meal vouchers, because initially like Delta hooked us up with like $60 to split for meals, but she gave us another $90 on top of that. So we had like $150 to spend, that we had to spend on food. So we just like found a really expensive place the next morning and got steak and like Alaskan king crab.
Yes, the best
stuff I would never ever buy like normally. But it was on Delta, so why not?
One of the funniest things was like Alaskan king crab. I remember one time I got my first tax check back. And I was like, I'm going to class up my date. I'm going to go to Red Lobster and pick out the best thing. By the way, these things were almost like, I think they're like $60 a pound. Woo! And I picked up like 4 pounds of it. Yeah, and it was like out of control. But yeah, love Alaskan crab. But if you're from Maryland, get that blue crab.
Oh, sure, yeah. Yeah, and I was fully aware that we were eating, like, seafood in the, like, landlocked. We're in Salt Lake City doing this, so probably not the best, but whatever. Yeah, the price was right. Oh man! Beside that, I'm just chipping away at my book right now. I'm still working on the Xbox 360 library, and like I was telling you before we recorded, I spent about 6-7 hours working on it today, and I'm only at like 300 games in a 1200 game library, so it's really tedious. But I'm making sure that I'm just being really, really careful not to miss anything.
Yeah, you guys out there who don't even know, he is like working diligently to make you the ultimate list for these things. So when this book comes out, you guys miss a Kickstarter, you need to definitely buy this book. It's going to be amazing. It's probably going to be the best list out there. He has so much research.
What I'm hoping.
It's crazy. It's funny that you messaged me in the morning, I'm like, he was probably up all night working on this.
I was. Yeah, I literally get up like every single morning at like either 4:30 or 5:30 in the morning, because that's just my routine. I'm used to getting up that early, and then I'll sit down and just start working. It's probably going to take me another like 3 or 4 days to finish up to this library, and then I'm going to move on to like probably the original Xbox. Yeah. But I really only have like 3 more major libraries after this, and I've got a goal to like finish up this book and actually have it to the printers at the end of December. That way, I'm still on target to deliver those books by like April.
Yeah. Also, I bet the one that you're gonna love the most when you get close to it is the Virtual Boy, since you only have 14 games for it.
Already done. Yeah. Yeah, one thing that I will say is that I'm like 85, between 85 and 90% done with these books. So I only have a handful more libraries to finish. Yeah, all of the small ones, like the trivial ones, already been done.
Mega Duck.
Yeah, done a lot. Yeah, Mega Duck, Cougar Boy. Yeah, who's got those libraries? Come on now.
That's right. You definitely need this list for sure. So definitely support them, man. I'm really excited for it. Melissa is really excited to see it too. She loves your books too, because I've been showing off your books to her.
Yeah.
And, he's like, so what is he doing? And I was like, well, he's doing this. He's making like a collector's guide for everyone, so when you're out, you can find stuff. And she's like, that's awesome. So she's definitely supporting it too.
Very
I'm
cool.
happy for you. I can't wait for it to go to print.
And I just secured funding today for the printing. I'm not going to divulge how much it is. I told you, but I'm not going to say publicly how much it was. But holy hell, man. Printing books is not cheap. It's not cheap.
Also, it's G14 classified. That's what we call it.
Yeah, it is.
Military, was G14 classified.
Mm-hmm.
What's been going on with me? While you were gone, I upgraded my equipment. All right, so I thought I did. I'm still trying to work through this thing. So I got a new microphone, and I'll show you guys here. This will be exclusive on YouTube. I got me a microphone. I also got me a little podcast equipment there for myself.
Yeah,
it's kind of like what I call training wheels for podcasting. So you just gotta write it down like that. It does a soundboard just like the old radio Zooms and all that fun stuff. Let's see. Let's just push a Mario one. There we go. It also changes voices and all that type of fun stuff. So it should definitely be fun down the road once I figure it out. So middle-aged business. My wife collected 4 trees for our house. So she's starting a collection of trees. I collect video games. She collects trees. They look really nice. I can't wait for you to check them out when you come over for the Philly game Sunday. But yeah.
Shoot, yeah, dude, I forgot they're playing Philly. Oh boy,
it's gonna be bad. I hope they lose, so everyone gets fired. I'm just laying that out there.
Yeah.
Fired. I want a Vince McMahon. You're fired though. I want Vince to come out on the field and go, "You're fired." We did trunk or treat last night. My kid chose Sonic, and so I handed. It was no joke, dude. It was like, I would probably say 2 schools worth of kids showed up last night.
Wow. So I've got a quick question. Like these trunk or treat things, like I don't have any kids, so I'm not privy to this, and this is new to me. Like I don't know how I missed this. Is this like a new thing, like this year, or have people been doing it like a couple years now?
It's been doing it for a while. What it is
probably
like
COVID, right?
No, it was before COVID. Trunk or treat's been around for a while, yeah.
Okay.
When Leland was like 2, we took him to trunk or treats. So the funny thing about him is that it's a theme thing. So like the parents will pick out a theme. So we chose Sonic because my kids love Sonic, and plus I had all the cool swag, right? So I had the Sonic Mania statue, I had the original games put out there. We had rings, we had boxes with Sonic on them on it. But what was really cool about it was it was like a hybrid, because the young kids were like, "Oh my God, it's Sonic! I love Sonic!" and da da da. But then you'll see these middle-aged people come up and they're like, "Oh man, can I touch that Sega Genesis cart you got there?" So I had the original one there, and he's like, "I used to have this as a kid. This is so awesome." And he's like, "Do you still have these?" And I was like, "Yeah, I have all of them." And he's like, "Why would you do that?" And I was like, "Because of these things right here. You're enjoying them. That's why I like it." Yeah. And it's not like showing off, but it was cool to show it to them. The other thing that was really funny was, guess what the most popular costume was there? And you'll laugh. The most costumes I saw the same. Let's just say it like that.
Let me think. What's popular right now? I don't know. What, Barbie?
Princess Peach.
Okay, yeah, dang. See, that would have been a good guess.
So many Princess Peaches last night. It was crazy. They had the crowns and the dresses. And then, there was a couple of like group ones, like where she had 2 brothers to be Mario and Luigi and things like that. But what's crazy is Leland was the only person with a Sonic themed costume. So he was Shadow. And so he was the only one, which I thought for sure, like, there got to be Knuckles or Tails or somebody. None of them showed up. It was Princess, Barbie, and Minecraft, which I think boggles my mind.
Oh man, Oppenheimer, so popular.
Did you ever see that video where that dude farted in the theater when the bomb went off?
Yes, I did.
That's the best
like
video I've ever seen. God damn, it's funny. If you guys go on YouTube, you should look up Oppenheimer fart in the theater. It's hilarious. And then we also found out sad news that my water heater that's basically 1 year old has officially crapped out on us in this new house.
Nice.
So we're getting a new water heater right before the Omaha winter is supposed to come here Saturday. That's gonna be great in here. We can use it, but the problem is that what they told us was a circuit card for it, right? And I know you guys are bored with this, but if the circuit card's broke, it's no problem. But when I they said I had to do a temperature gauge, so I had to buy a thermometer for it. I put it in there, and if it's the same exact temperature as your house, that means it's bad. Mm-hmm. And so, did not know that. And they said also it's pretty beneficial for you to put on your heater a little thermometer so you can see where your temperatures are at. So every year, if you see like a weird temperature drop, it means something's got an issue in your water heater. Did not know that. Got some Bob Vila knowledge. But that's pretty much it, and can't wait for this weekend. Got a date tomorrow with the wife, and I'm also trying to play all these great video games we've gotten these last couple of weeks.
GI Gamer, I have a follow-up question, sir.
Sure.
No, that's all. Trunk or treats. Is this like to replace Halloween, or is this like to supplement Halloween? Are they going out Halloween also?
Think about it like a tailgate, right? You're going to a football game, right?
Yeah.
So this is the tailgate portion, and then Halloween is like the event portion of it.
Kids these days, man.
Well, it's hard because some kids, you know what I mean? They're like toddlers. They can't, go
True.
on to
I get that.
Plus, they get to see their friends from school.
Plus, it's effing cold out here.
Dude, we thought it was... So they told us it was crazy. They told us it was going to be inside. And then it rained, and they're like, nope. Or no, they went outside, they went rain, inside. Then the rain stopped, and they're like, okay, we're still going to do inside. Nope, we're just kidding. When we get there, like, we're doing outside. And luckily, we did the whole trunk or treat, and, dude, as soon as we packed it up, it started raining. Like, that crazy. Dang. But he had fun. They're going to have their Halloween next week, too, so I'll be on round 2 of that next week with the kids.
Mm-hmm.
So it should be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I got invited to go to a trunk or treat, but it was on my birthday, so I was like, nah, no thanks.
One of them you would have loved the most was there was a guy that had a Pokemon theme, And dude, he threw in. It was cool. He threw in the Halloween ones you were telling me about.
Yeah, yeah.
But here's even crazier. He had Generation 1 and 2 cards. Like a couple of cards just one packs randomly in there, and dude, it was a huge thing. And he like posted it out on there and stuff, and I was like, maybe I should go over there and try to sneak my hand in there. At least hook you up, and I tried to get you card packs, but they were specifically for the kids.
Oh no, I don't need any. I would have just passed them along to trick or treaters.
Also, this guy turned 42 years old. You should tell him all the amazing presents you got for your birthday.
yeah. So when we show all of our pickups, I only put 2 of them in the pile. I didn't put the entire bag, but yeah, yep. I got a whole big grab bag of stuff. Oh man, it was freaking awesome.
We gave him a big piece of cake too. It was like huge. It was like this.
Oh, dude, that cake was amazing. That was so good.
I told you that Target, dude. Fun fact out there, guys: you need to go to Target in their bakery section, and their cakes there are the bomb. Just like
that caramel cake was so freaking good.
I bet it was.
Yeah.
And happy birthday to you, sir! Finally joining my age of 42.
Yeah, we're both double drinking age, so we got to drink twice as much or something. I don't drink at all, so that's pretty easy for me.
Dr. Pepper, I know I'm not sponsored by you, but you can hook your brother up sometime.
I've got a milk tea today.
Drink.
No energy drink. Yeah.
Boba tea.
Yep.
I feel like it should be required for a boba tea. They have to put Boba Fett on the cup. I feel like that's a requirement.
Boba Fett tea.
Boba tea.
Yeah, I don't like the bobas. Like, I don't get the little balls in mine. Like, I don't like them. It's a texture thing. No balls. Hashtag no balls.
I don't like little balls in them.
There's just something about balls in my mouth. I just don't like it.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God, Susan. Balls.
So, okay, yeah, we're testing out this new voice. You guys heard that. I heard that. Did you hear yourself, or do you sound normal?
I don't hear it at all. I can only it goes through my mic, so I can't hear it.
Yeah, that's funny.
But first, we're gonna do the discussions tonight. It's gonna be our pickups. I'm actually taking over Night of the Movies tonight. We're gonna talk about some kiosk information that came out on the streets. We're bringing back the old Sonic and Mario debate from the '90s.
Yeah,
Team Sega versus Team Nintendo. Also, sad news on top of that. We're possibly losing physical, so we're going to be talking about that. Our retrospectives, and then any corrections we had for the last couple weeks. Maybe saying sorry to our wives for something, some kind of corrections. But first, we're going to do our pickups. Abara, as per usual, you get the first viewing of your pickups.
Okie dokie. I've got my sweet second camera that I'll go to. Whoop. And we'll start with the heavy hitter. Oh, gosh, there goes the game. Anyway, heavy hitter. This was from...
he just using that word.
The other guy on the podcast. Huh?
That's what trying to use that word to make me mad.
No.
Look, everybody, heavy hitters.
So this is a sweatshirt that was actually used in the movie Starship Troopers. Like certificate of everything. Like, I don't think I've ever mentioned it before on this podcast, but I actually have a Starship Troopers pinball machine back there in the other room, and I try and get like all the Starship Troopers stuff just to like put around it. It's freaking awesome. So having something that's actually from the movie is ridiculous. So badass. I just need to get a frame for it now.
Yep, for sure.
Yeah.
Also, it's from if you watch this on YouTube, it's exclusive on YouTube, but it is it's a basic training one where when they were having basic training and they had what's funny is Mr. Krabs, the dude that does his voice, is the drill sergeant in that.
Yeah.
He just starts beating the crap out of people, but that's where the sweater's from.
Yeah. So I picked up a couple things from Portland. I purposely did, like, I stayed in my booth and I sold games, and I didn't leave that often purposely so that I didn't spend that much money, and it worked out pretty well. But I did pick up a couple of, like, Zelda-inspired items, like this. This is a charcuterie board.
Yes.
And it is the meat, or the food, or the bait, whatever you want to call it.
Grumble.
Yeah, exactly. Grumble, grumble, grumble from the original The Legend of Zelda. So I thought that was badass. I picked up a second one for a buddy of mine as well. Going to be sending it to him.
That's super cool.
Yeah, and then
Wall Meat.
The only game that Wall Meat. Hey, dude, if they would have made one of those, that would have been even better.
Awesome.
I know. But I picked up this as well. I have Zelda Wand of Gamelon, and this was there for a decent price, so I picked this one up as well. This is a European copy. Whatever, I don't care. But
if you don't
I just
know what that game
it.
is, it's not part of the timeline. Nintendo gave out their IPs to other company, and they made these terrible games. So they're very, very hard to find.
It's part of the whole Nintendo PlayStation saga. Sony and Nintendo were supposed to have a partnership. They were going to make a hybrid console, like a CD-based console that was an add-on to the Super Nintendo / Super Famicom. Yep. And then that relationship kind of went away, so then Nintendo partnered up with Philips, who made the CDI console, and then they lent their IPs, just like GI Gamer was saying. They lent their IPs to Philips to actually have some of the Nintendo characters on some of the games, but they were terrible. They were so bad.
Well, here's the funny thing about that, too. You know, they didn't strike a deal until they were actually at the E3, and Sony had no clue what they were going to be up to.
Yeah, exactly. Sony was blindsided, which is just nuts.
And history books, the PlayStation was the name of the thing that was going on it, and now they're like, well, you know, let's screw Nintendo with this. Could you imagine if Nintendo and Sony were together even to this day, dude? It'd be freaking bananas.
Talk about a decision that, like, set the course of history. The like alternate timeline. I would love to see that dimension of, like, you know, Nintendo and Sony together. Like, holy crap!
Crazy.
Yeah, it's insane.
They would have had like Final Fantasy VII on there, like Resident Evils, all kinds of great stuff, dude. They would be killing everybody. It'd be just them and Xbox. It'd be wild.
Yeah. So the other thing that I got from I think you can see it, but it's a laser disc. Naked Gun 2.5, The Smell of Fear. So if nothing else, I'm going to watch the intro. It's so ridiculous. I've never seen a Naked Gun movie. I've seen the end of the one where, like, he's being the baseball umpire. That's all I've seen. That's the only scene that I've seen there. But yeah, hilarious movie. Thank you. Again,
we tried to find the first one, but they only had the second one, which the second one's funny as the first, so it shouldn't be too bad.
Yeah. That's all my pickups.
Well, I got a bunch. First off, I went to Ben while you were gone. They had like a miscellaneous day, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And I saw this rolling in the door, and I wanted it. I'm a big Mortal Kombat trilogy. I love the art of it. And they don't have a lot of stuff out there. They have like these small, like G.I. Joe size figures, but they did make some like big ones. They made Jade, Scorpion, Cyrax, and Liu Kang. No offense to Jade and Liu Kang, I don't really want that. I do want to find Cyrax, but I did get this one because I'm a big Scorpion collector. And this is my favorite design of Scorpion. He does have like the rope thing on here. I just didn't untie it, but I put him next to the MK1 statue and the signatures from MK11. Pretty cool. I mean, it's like those. I always joke it's like those Avenger toys, those little cheap ones where they have like they're just plastic. You can't really do much with them. Yeah. But he was probably between like I think $40 and $50. So I mean he's brand new, so I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Some PS5 games. I picked this one up. I'm a big Metal Gear fan, and so I got the Master Collection for this. I have not beat Part 3. I'm just going to be out there. Brad, I know you know who you are, and you're probably going to listen to this and giggle. You decided to wait till I was drunk and play my game until the morning, and when I woke up, you were beating it, and I worked 75% of that game. And I mean, it was on extreme hard too. By the way, like like camouflage, like you get spotted, like one hit kills, all that type of stuff. So mad, but I could finally have redemption. Is it a really good port? Just to let you guys know, there's no HD ports to this. If you have the HD collection for PS3, Metal Gear Solid 2 and 3 are those ones. And then the original is not upscaled. It's basically PlayStation. So just be aware of that. And this one came with extra music tracks, I guess, for codecs. But also, they're individual on your screens, just so you know. My 90s guy is very happy. I got, since we're talking about rivalries today, I got Sonic Superstars and Mario
I was just
Wonder.
thinking about the fact that I didn't show that I got Super Mario Brothers Wonder, but yeah, I got that too.
You got it early.
I did. I went to the midnight release of it.
This brings back so many good memories, and it's crazy that they came out on the same week. The same damn week. And the last time that happened was Sonic 2, which is like crazy. Wild. Yeah, pretty crazy. Did not know this game existed on the Switch. I walked into the store on base, and this was there. Red Dead Redemption with Undead Nightmare. That
was a good game.
It's a really... I like this one better than 2, to be honest.
Me too. Same.
Undead is like this.
Yeah.
It has all the DLC on it. There was not even a download for it. I popped it in and played it, and it looks so clean on it. I would highly recommend if you are a big Red Dead Redemption fan. I wish they would have had the first game, though, on the PS1, the original...
Red Dead Revolver.
Red Dead Revolver. I wish they would have put that on there, too, but... Rockstar's been doing these cool little ports for the Switch, and I think they did a really good job on it. So,
yeah,
pretty cool. I'll be speaking on this for Conference Night of the Movies after this. This is a Mortal Kombat Legends cage match. My case is destroyed. Like I told you earlier, it's for the plastic off of it. But I really like these animated movies they do, and this one is super funny. It's every heart of Johnny Cage is in this movie. Super funny, super over the top, super ridiculousness. You'll love it for sure. And I'll talk about it more later. I also got some laser discs.
No, that's right.
Best of the best, too.
Nice. Oh,
check out this jacked guy right here. Yeah.
Hey, wow.
Here's the funny thing is, guess who this guy is?
He looks familiar, but
he was
I don't
Lord
know.
Raiden in the. I think he was Lord Raiden in the Annihilation movie.
Okay.
It could be. I could be wrong, but it's sealed. It's not even been opened. No one's loved this yet. My favorite movie of all time, Big Trouble in Little China.
Wait, you just got that?
Yeah, I sure did.
You didn't have that?
I had this, and then I gave it to Nick because he says he wanted it, and then he gave it away. And I was like, I would have kept it like that. So I got the same version of it. I put an offer in for it. I got it, and I love this movie. And so there's two versions of this. This is the better version, I guess it is. But this is when CBS and Fox were together as one unit for videos, which I thought was wild that I saw that on there. I thought they were rivals, but I guess not. So that's pretty cool. Another one from the 90s, so we're going to go with the video games, of course, Mortal Kombat.
Mortal Kombat, yep.
With sexy Liu Kang in the back there. I remember this poster everywhere. When I used to walk up to movies before it was coming out, that's all I saw was this jacked up dude. Really happy to have this. And our favorite one, of course, Street Fighter. Jean-Claude Van Damme and Ralph Julia played the best Bison ever. I don't care what
now you just need Mario Brothers movie on Laserdisc.
Do you know how much that movie is?
I know, it's ridiculous.
$100. The Wizard is $100.
Yeah.
And there's no explanation for it. It's not rare. It's just someone's like, oh, this is a really... Dude, Turtles is expensive. I want Turtles and I can't get Turtles.
That's
so
nuts.
Bad. People out there, if you find Turtles out there, Mario Bros., let me know. I did, by the way, did you see the link? They're making a 4K Mario Brothers.
Yeah, I know. Well, they already did it in Japan. It was like a release in Japan, which is weird. But yeah, we should get it too.
So this company got approval from Nintendo to get this. They also gave them film reels for the movie. So actual ones that were used in the theaters
to restore them
on there. They're doing scripts. They're doing like signatures in there for people that were in the movie and all type of stuff. It was like $100. And no offense to it, I'm getting it.
Well, yeah, same. I'll get it. It's weird. It's a weird move by Nintendo because Nintendo, like, famously hides its, like, black sheep. They never, like, mention the fact that they've got the Virtual Boy library. They never, I mean, like, the perfect way that they could have, like, re-released those Virtual Boy games was whenever the 3DS was a thing. But they never did. Like, they pretend like all that stuff didn't happen. The CDI games don't exist. The Virtual Boy doesn't exist. I can't believe they're actually acknowledging that Mario Brothers movie exists.
I have sentimental value to it because it's like one of the first times me and my mom made a whole day of it. Like we went to I don't know who had if it was McDonald's or Burger King. One of them had that. First off, went to 7-Eleven, got the Slurpee cups. I got all three, like Yoshi, I got Koopa, I got Mario, and then we went to whoever side had it. We went to KB Toys. I got the original figures, which I still have them like right up there at the top. I got them back finally, and then went to the movie with my mom. And like my mom is not like big on going to a lot of theaters, but she knew how big Mario Brothers was for me, so she wanted me to
go. Dude, it was an event like back then. I mean, every kid that was into video games obviously was into Super Mario Brothers. It was the biggest IP out there. Nintendo kids, like, the fact that a Super Mario Brothers movie was coming out is just mind-blowing, which is why, the disappointment of it was so heartbreaking.
Well, it's funny. I showed Melissa it, like, at our age, right? Like, I showed it to her, and she was like, "This is awesome." And I was like, "That's what I'm getting. That's what I'm saying. That's what I get. Like, and that's what if you go into it like, oh, it's not like the game. It's like,
if you don't compare it, it's fine. And I totally agree. Like, dude, as a kid, I enjoyed it. I was a little confused by part of it, but I mean, like, I enjoyed it.
The problem I was confused about was the dude that played Koopa. I saw him in Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 before I saw that movie, and I was like, why is the dude from Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 in this movie? Like, I was confused. But then, like, dude, Bob Hoskins and John Leguizamo, like, I was like, they're, like, perfect.
Oh, I know, yeah, and so was freaking Koopa. I can't remember his name all of a sudden.
Dennis Hopper.
Yeah, Dennis Hopper. Which, it's so sad. Like, the main three people, like, two of them are deceased. Like, long deceased. I would love, like, just because of nostalgia's sake, like, and I'm sure he would love hearing from fans, too. Leguizamo, if he, like, toured around, like, different conventions while that 4K was coming out, I would be all about meeting him, man. I would drive for a while to see him.
I agree, too. Like, I grew up with Bob Hoskins because, like, I loved Roger Rabbit so much.
Yeah, dude.
Yes. And if I could think of a dream person to be that, he's, like, absolutely perfect. Now, the movie was, as I heard, was pretty wild on. There was a lot of partying and craziness going on.
Yeah, drinking and just coping with, like, those two directors that were just a nightmare to deal with.
Yeah. So it's like, it's just wild that movie even got greenlit. It's crazy that Nintendo didn't stop it before it went out, but I'm guessing, like, well, we just gotta get this promotional stuff out there.
Yeah, dude, they had so much money sunk into it, and, like, it was too late. Like, you know what I mean?
The funniest thing in the movie I laughed at the most was when they had the Super Scope 6s. They used them to degenerate people.
Yeah, so
that shit had me laughing so hard. Super Scope skits? It's so bad.
Yeah, we always there were always, like, moments, as a kid, like, we had VHSs, so you couldn't, like, skip back like 15 seconds like you do a DVD or a Blu-ray, but, like, we would always skip back that part where John Leguizamo's, like, yelling after Daisy. He's like, Daisy, Luigi, Daisy. Like, we would always rewind back and, like, watch that over and over again. And sorry, I'm gonna go on a slight diatribe, but, like, it reminds me of also rewinding back watching Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
Yes.
Large Marge. Large Marge face. We probably wore out that part of the tape. Just like going back and watching that large Marge face. Like,
what a lot of people don't talk about too, which I think is hilarious, is the scene where he has to go get the rock. And he has to go get she's supposed to be like a character from Mario. And it was like very, very provocative for that era and stuff like that. I was like, oh my god.
Well, and then the very dancing, end of the dancing, like everybody
out of control.
Walked the dinosaur, like, oh gosh.
Do you know who the king was in that?
It
was Bishop from Aliens. He was
really?
The king at he was the king at the end.
Oh, that's funny.
I was cracking up. I was like, I know that guy.
Yeah, he was in it for like 2 seconds.
2 seconds. He probably got paid tons of money.
He was fungus the rest of the time.
So disgusting too. Oh my god, that's so gross. Look like a poop was coming out of a.
Yeah, it was just a big giant booger like hanging there over a throne.
So gross.
Yeah, just it was pretty nasty. I do want one of those, dude. If I could somehow get up a bomb, like one of the prop bombs. Oh, dude.
With the Reebok shoes. What a promotional thing to do. Let's put a Reebok slogan on the bottom of the fucking bomb thing. That thing, I bet you can make that thing. I bet it's be really easy.
Oh, I bet it would be too. I bet someone on Etsy already makes it.
The funniest part of that though was like watching him, like people run away from it, and it's like literally just going eat.
Yeah, I know, just
so bad. God bless that movie. God bless it. It's the best.
It's good.
Movie ever. Really good. Speaking of movies, I thought we would, since Amara was out, he still has his Simpsons movie he has to do.
Mm-hmm.
But since I was here, I bought this from Target. Talking about physical, it was actually at Target.
At Target, really?
Yeah, it was at Target. I picked it up. So if you guys don't know, Warner Brothers owns Mortal Kombat right now. And so what they've been doing, kind of like the Batman series and all these different ones, these animated series, have been doing Mortal Kombat ones. They did one on Scorpion, they did one on Kenshi, and then they did this one. Kenshi's one was all right. Love the Scorpion one. But this one is god dang ridiculous. Mortal Kombat Legends cage match. They do a lot of cool stuff in it that I enjoyed. They brought the mime suit from Mortal Kombat 11. His movie he was making in the show was a ninja mime, which was just the first scene is him like hiding in the shadows doing this.
Oh gosh.
And you can see him doing it, stupid stuff. So super funny. But basically the premise of the movie is he had a co-star that didn't show up, and they were afraid like the ninja mime movie wasn't going to be able to finish. So he went to look for him, and then she finds out that two demons from like the girl, the vampire from Mortal Kombat, and the demon from Netherrealm, I can't think of their names, Devara or whatever. They were fighting in the house, and so he gets caught in the middle of it, and all this craziness. basically, the premise of it is that Los Angeles is filled with demons from Netherrealm, and they're trying to resurrect Shinnok. That's the whole goal of it. Raiden actually does a cameo in it, talking to one of the demons. You know, he's like something's different about this Johnny Cage guy, and what they're basically explaining is that he actually has godlike powers, but he doesn't know how to use them. Basically, so like kind of like Joke the Last Dragon, the glow. That's the way they treated it. And then at the end, they do. I mean, dude, like all the one-liners and everything into it, it's hilarious. He has this like this little sidekick that's basically does all this stuff for him and everything like that, and he's freaking hilarious. But it's just like it looks like an '80s cartoon with adult humor. That's the best way I can explain it.
Nice.
It's so damn good. And by the way, IGN, I'm going to say something to you. I am real sick and tired of you. Every time you tell me the movie sucks, I enjoy it. Every time. And what was funny was when I looked it up on YouTube to see how they reviewed it, every person in the comments was like, "This fucking movie is amazing. Don't listen to them." That's crazy that like that people were like defending it, which I thought was hilarious. But it is at your local Targets and places like that. You can probably get on Amazon, and I would highly suggest getting this. I gave him a code for it, so he can watch it. But man, I really enjoyed this. Really, really good.
What's the rating on it, by the way?
It's an R, of course.
Oh, it's R? Okay. I didn't know.
Yep.
I mean, yeah, it's a Mortal Kombat, so.
Oh, your boy's in there, too. Guilford Godfrey plays one of the demons.
What? Oh,
yeah.
That's awesome.
Dude, and it's hilarious.
Wait. Didn't he pass away?
Yeah, but he made this movie prior to that.
Oh, okay.
And, dude, the stuff that he says is so over the top. It's like, imagine Gilbert Godfrey with a sailor's mouth. That's all the way I can basically describe it. So goddamn funny.
Amazing.
But definitely a good pickup for sure. Next, we're going to talk about some kiosk news. Better go hide your stuff, Amara, before Nintendo comes.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You better hide the Amiibo, thing.
Yeah.
So, I was wandering around the internet last night, and I saw a post on Facebook about a group that I was in, and they said, "Listen, you need to take down all kiosks that are brand new, or your group's going to get shut down." And I was like, by who? Is it Facebook doing this? Is it someone else being weird doing this? And so I looked in there, and sure enough, there was a cease and desist picture that was given up that said basically, Nintendo says you're infringing on their property, and they want the group shut down. And so they went after this group. We don't know if the group's going to go back up anytime soon, but now Nintendo is going after modern kiosks. So, like, say, for example, like Wii U, Amiibo, Switch. Not like Nintendo or any of those old ones. It's just specifically to modern. And what's interesting about this was when I went to a Target, they had Tears of the Kingdom promo things for their Switch kiosk displays. And it was sitting in clearance. So I asked them the question, is like, are you guys selling this? And the lady grabbed it and was like, no, and ripped it and said, Nintendo will sue us if we give out any promotional items. So what's the theory behind that? Why would they do something like that? I don't understand the concept of it.
I honestly don't understand why Nintendo's wasting their time doing it. But if you think about it, Nintendo has established they're known for doing this stuff. They're known for giving cease and desist and controlling their property. I mean, I'm sure anyone out there who's looked at that Mario on a flagpole in Target, it says there's a sticker on there that says that it's property of Nintendo of America, and that something about contact them or whatever, but it can't go into other people's hands. So the fact that other people have this, obviously this is against Nintendo's wishes. Nintendo obviously knows about this. And, whether or not they would actually litigate against people who would sell the stuff, that remains to be seen. But Nintendo's got a lot of money. So I think, if people actually, try their hand, force their hand, I could see Nintendo actually suing some folks over selling the stuff because again, it doesn't belong to the retail space. I mean, it belongs to Target or Walmart or GameStop or whoever, but it's not supposed to go into the public.
Here's the thing. How okay, that's true, right? They don't pick up the stuff when they're done with it.
Oh, I know, yeah, but I'm saying from now on, I could see them doing that now. They've clearly changed their mind about how they want to do that because in the past people go literal dumpster diving to get this stuff, and who would have thought that Nintendo cared that much to do it? But again, they're just reaching in there and controlling what they believe is theirs. And, what can we do about it? You can't fight Nintendo.
The interesting thing I thought of, too, was what if they have serial numbers on those actual kiosks, and they find out who has them, and then they basically find whoever gave it away, a store or whatever. But it's weird that, it's very weird that, why would a store care? You know what I mean? What is Nintendo going to do? Oh, you're not allowed to sell stuff there? Guess what? They need them, too. So there's no point of them doing this. It's just it's the same thing with the piracy thing. they get people scared, and then they stop worrying about it.
Well, yeah, and that's the thing. People are scared because Nintendo has a reputation for doing this stuff. No one wants Nintendo, like, you know, Sauron, the Eye of Sauron, you know, the Eye of Nintendo. Yeah. You don't want that eye on you, because Nintendo will come after you, and Nintendo will shut you down. And Nintendo, I could see if they knew that I had some stuff, they, you know, and like I was flaunting it in their face, and you know, making a fool of them.
Nintendo.
Yeah, exactly. Like if I gave a big middle finger to Nintendo and said, "Come and get it," like they would come and get it, and there's nothing I could do about it.
I also have some theories about, you know, what happened with this stuff too, because the person that I heard that had this issue is a credible YouTuber online, and you know, I don't think also they don't want this promotion where like, oh yeah, dude, check me out, I got this kiosk and I'm selling it for this, and they don't want that out there telling other people they can do it, because most people will try to get their own in some shape, form, or like that. But here's the thing. Who got them originally when we were Nintendo's? It was just like store managers and stuff that basically just didn't know what to do with it. Oh, I guess I'll take it home, or
and a lot of these people got it for free from the GameStop or whatever that shut down, and obviously these things are like extra. They dumpster dove, and I don't know the legality of doing that from state to state, but clearly like people do it. The fact that it's their property then is the confusing part. In like Nintendo, like what right do they have? Do they have a right? Who knows? Yeah, it's just not a really clear situation, and it's a very brand new one and a very surprising one, if I'm being honest.
We just wanted to make sure that the audience understands that this is going on currently, and that if you do have one, I would highly suggest you not flaunting it or promoting it or whatever.
Yeah, and
not saying I'm an evil person, but like they will come after you for sure.
Sure, yeah, and I mean, like they saw the post. The person was selling the kiosks, so they may have got it for free, which, you know, whatever. Maybe they're okay with free, but the person's trying to profit off of something that Nintendo feels isn't theirs.
It's true, and I have every right in agreement with it. But the thing is that it's difficult to say, because the fact of the matter is, like, in my collection, I have no kiosks. Well, okay, like for example, I have that Nintendo thing back there, right, with all the games on it. What if I show that off and they like, oh well, no, that's our property. What are you doing with that?
I know, yeah, it's a slippery slope. It really is, but I think at this point they're just trying to establish the fact that they're not okay with it now. And maybe everything that's out there, you know, this is just the baseline, and then this is it. But from now on, they're going to control things like they want to control things, like Nintendo does.
Yep. And I tell people to be very, very careful, because they do not play, and they do make examples of people. They don't just like, oh, stop doing it. They're going to be like, oh, well, we're going to send you a letter in the mail saying you're going to owe us this much money for it. Because, you know, they could probably do that. Like, hey, you owe us this money for taking property from us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's wild. Just be safe out there.
Don't be stupid.
Love Nintendo. Just don't be stupid.
If you have your stuff, enjoy it. Just shut up about it.
No dick pic collecting. Don't be a dick pic collector showing off your stuff.
Yeah.
Be quiet. Next topic. You know, we're gonna get into the fun portions of Nintendo that we enjoy. We thought we would bring back the old Nintendo does what Sega don't, and all that fun stuff. So it's kind of crazy that last week, and no one was really talking about it, that a Sonic and a Mario game came out in the same week. And what's funny about it is, when we were kids, that was just basically how it went. We had Sega, we had this, we'd be on the playground. I'm Team Sega, I'm Team Nintendo.
Yeah.
They make cooler stuff. No, we do cooler stuff. And it's just funny that years later, they became friends. Like Nintendo and Sega were IPs together, Smash Brothers, Mario and Sonic Olympics. You know, Sonic or Sega games on there and stuff.
Yeah, and Sonic gracing the cover of Nintendo Power, that was just nuts. I mean, Who saw that coming?
And excuse me. But in the same week, Super Mario Bros. Wonder and Sonic Superstars came out. And what's crazy about these is that they took the original games that we enjoyed as kids, and I'll say they spiced them up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Gave us better gameplay, gave us better. So Super Mario Wonder's got kind of an LSD trip to it. I'm just gonna be honest with you with that.
Sure does.
I don't know who was smoking over a Nintendo, but definitely like that. Sega decided to fix most of their mechanics, their original mechanics for their games, which is very, very cool. So this topic's going to be on, the rivalry from now and then what's going on currently in today's region of games, modern gaming. So I thought I'll let Abaro talk first because he's going to be Team Nintendo, and guess what? I'm going to be Team Sega. So where he's going to talk about them and back then and now, and I'm going to do the same thing on this side as well.
Yeah, and it's not necessarily that we like one over the other. It's just that I've been playing Super Mario Wonder more. I haven't picked up Sonic yet, but that's what Eric's been playing. Is Sonic? Sorry, I've already forgotten the name of it. Sonic Superstars.
So
I almost said Sonic Mania.
Yeah, what we try to do is I had him play Wonder, and I played Superstars, so we get different perspectives on what we see.
Yeah. This isn't like necessarily a debate or anything like that. We're not doing the console wars of 2023. But I mean, like, you draw parallels because we had Mario versus Sonic back in when we were growing up in the 90s, and then we've got Mario and Sonic now, and it's all like rosy and whatever. There's no like, dude, yeah, you're absolutely correct. It's mind-blowing that these two games come out at the same time, and there's no mention of how important that is. It's kind of cool. I really wish they would have celebrated that a little bit more. But I mean, Nintendo does its own thing, and I guess Sega Sonic Team does its own thing too. But it would have been really cool to see some sort of like cross promotion.
I would think it would have been cool as they both do commercials against each other.
Yeah,
and like the old commercials, that'd be hilarious.
Oh yeah, it totally would. But so anyway, Nintendo was kind enough to release a brand new Mario game on my birthday. It came out on October 20th, and I went to the midnight release at my local GameStop. Now, mind you, this is a 2D Mario. 2D Marios don't come out that often, and especially in brand new formulas. Mario Wonder has gone back to the drawing board. It has revamped all of its animation. They even have new voice actors for the first time since 1996. Yeah, Charles Martinet is out. I can't remember the new guy that they discovered is the voice actor, but there's a new voice actor for Mario and Luigi for the first time since 1996.
Also, another funny thing that you guys don't even know about, that Wowie Zowie he says?
Yeah.
So the wrestler Bray Wyatt used to say that when he was playing his like happy-go-lucky character, not like the demon character, and he'd go "Wowie Zowie," and I'm wondering if he was a fan of that and kind of like because he passed away, and I was like maybe
little homage, that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, craziness.
But getting back to what I was saying, like they revamped the formula, and this is the first time since 2006 that they have changed the formula. New Super Mario Brothers in that 2D style of Mario came out in 2006, right after Katrina happened. I remember because I was deployed, and like all that relief stuff was going on at the time, and I got a DS Lite and New Super Mario Brothers in the mail. Like, and dude, that was an awesome day, like being able to play those. But this is the first time in 17 years that Nintendo has changed the formula for 2D Mario. And boy, did they do a good job. And Acid Trip, yes, that is a very appropriate way of putting it. Because, you're already in the Mushroom Kingdom to begin with. But now, instead of, tripping on mushrooms, you're tripping on opioids, apparently, like flowers. you get these wonder flowers, and the hook of every single level is that you never know what's going to happen whenever you get these wonder flowers. So it's a complete surprise. And I don't want to spoil anything. I guess it's been almost a week since it came out. So spoilers abound. If you don't want to listen to what you may be missing out on, then I guess skip forward a couple minutes. But my favorite couple of things that have happened so far is the singing piranha plants that I showed you.
That level was hilarious.
Hilarious. They're singing to the music. It's so funny. And then later on, and man, I don't want to spoil this for you either.
No, I played it, so you're okay.
Okay, well, there's a ghost level, like a ghost house level, where King Boo sings.
Yep.
And all the boos sing. It's really funny. So bring more singing, Nintendo. It's funny right. Whenever that happens.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and I went into it hearing all of these reviews because obviously like all these reviewers got their review copies early, but they have this like hold. They can't put out their reviews until like a couple days before it comes out. So all at once, like 2 days before it came out, YouTube was just flooded with reviews. And all of them said pretty much the same thing, that this was the best 2D Mario since Super Mario World, which that's saying a lot. Like, I don't know about you, but go ahead.
Here's the crazy thing about it. When people first saw the trailer, they were destroying it. Sure. What is this? This is terrible. What is this?
Yeah.
And that's why I think it's funny about Nintendo. Every time someone it's really funny. They feel like they punched Nintendo down. Nintendo comes back with an uppercut and says, "No, you're going to enjoy my game."
I know, yeah. You don't know what you like. We know what you like.
That's right. You shut your mouth and you enjoy these singing songs, bastards.
Sit down, shut up, play the game, and you'll fucking like it. This is how
Nintendo. Crazy it was. You, when I went to your house and you played it for me, I was like, "Oh, I'm in already. I'm already in."
Yeah.
I can't. I was like, man. I was like, I hope Sonic is as good as this.
Yeah, it's really fun. And like, I'm married to a non-gamer who sometimes gets into games that I play and likes to watch me play. And she was actually asking me to play Mario Wonder because she enjoyed watching me play so much. If that's any indication of how good it is, it's good to watch too.
My kids loved it. My kids stole my copy as soon as I got it home. He I put in the Switch. And he literally just walked over and is like, "Thanks," and just kind of walked off. And he played it the entire night, which reminds me of like me as a kid. You know what I mean? Getting excited for a Mario game, like you were saying. Mm-hmm. It felt good to me that I get to give him the same kind of feeling when I first played Super Mario Bros. On the original Nintendo. You know?
Yeah.
Super awesome.
So, getting back to what the reviewers were saying about Mario Wonder being as good as the best game 2D Mario since Super Mario World, I don't necessarily agree with that, and it's because I put games like Mario 3 and Mario World on a pedestal. They completely knocked it out of the park, and I'm not saying that Wonder's not great. I just don't think that it reinvented the formula so much and gave you so much like secrets and stuff to figure out and to discover. I don't think it gives me that same feeling as Super Mario World. And maybe it's just because I've got rose-colored glasses for that game. I don't know. But do I agree that it's an amazing game? Yes. Do I agree that it's the best 2D Mario since Super Mario World? I don't think so. It's up there, but I wouldn't put it on the same plane. Super Mario World is S tier. Sure. Wonder is A. It's in the A tier.
So I don't know if you heard rumors, Mills, about what's going on with Nintendo. Did you hear about this? They're talking about remaking an updated Mario 3.
Oh, that'd be sick.
There's a rumor mill on the streets that they're looking at it right now about possibly doing it for the new system, which would be gangbuster crazy.
And it'd be weird for Nintendo. Like Nintendo doesn't remake their games. Well, no, they do recently, or they do now. They do
Theodore
now.
and Mario RPGs next month.
Yeah, I know. Oh man. Oh gosh, I can't wait. What day is it? What day does that come out?
I think it's. Don't quote me. I think it's the 10th. I think.
Oh gosh.
I think they want it before Thanksgiving. That's the whole thing because then you sell for like Black Friday and all that type of stuff.
You know how people say my body is ready? I've never actually said it and meant it. My fucking body is ready for that game. Oh my gosh.
If you don't know anything about Ibarra, when Tears of the Kingdom came out, he disappeared off the face of the planet. Like disappeared.
Poof. Gone.
He would show up randomly out of their shadows and be like, "Hey, I'm okay. I'm gonna go back in here and Tears of the Kingdom."
Yep, I'd go come up for air and food, and then like come back down, and I don't know.
So mine, I had Sonic Superstars, and I just want to give you kind of a background synopsis of it. I was I was Team Nintendo for a long time. I told you the story on here about my mom getting me a Sega Genesis because it was cheaper than a Super Nintendo. And I basically struck on her until I waited for her to go to sleep for a couple weeks later and started playing Sonic.
Like, oh, this Sonic is actually good.
This Sonic game was actually really good. I played the crap out of it.
Yeah.
Sonic 2 is in my mind the best one out of the series. I know some people like 3 and Sonic and Knuckles. I get that, but 2 is like perfect because like you remember in the other game, the first game would be like 3 stages, and then you're like, all right, let's cut it down to 2, and then have like a boss fight. Thought that was a really good formula for them. Then, Sonic Adventure came out for the Dreamcast. Love that game. It's the first game I got on the system, as cheesy as it is. It just was really awesome. And then for some reason after that, Sonic just lost his way. I don't know what happened. Sonic 4 was terrible. They had all the Sonic 19, was it the Sonic the Hedgehog, the remake one, which is the worst game ever made.
Yeah, they got lost in 3D hell for a while there.
So I think when Sonic Mania came out, and they took a fan made this game, by the way, a fan.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
They made like their cell phone games, put it on here, made this amazing game. I think they realized, okay, now we're getting back to what we were doing in original. I think the problem is that the whole thing about Sonic is about speed and basically able to move in different areas of the level to get to the goal. That's always been the foundation of it.
Yeah.
And what they did was the people that made Sonic Superstars, it was crazy. They had Sonic 1, Sonic 2, Sonic 3, and Sonic CD together. And they would literally like look at the games, and then they would put that data into the new games. And so they want to make sure that it felt correct. The best way I can describe this, it's like a 2.5 Sonic CD. Did you remember on Sonic CD, you had all these random places you can go in the level? It's the same thing there. But they've done also updates to stuff too. You remember in Sonic CD where that thing you run around with the jewel, and the robot has a jewel? Well, on this one, like I showed you, like they do like the swinging with the
wires. So going back, I didn't mention this at the time when you showed this to me, but it reminds me of American Gladiators.
Yes,
that stupid like swinging rings. From one. Yeah, the rings. Yeah, that's what it reminds me of.
Dude, me and my cousin got. You remember the monkey bars? Me and my cousin played that game on a monkey bars once.
Ooh,
and, dude,
someone's gonna get a broken arm doing that.
Dude, my cousin squeezed around me, and of course I'm fat and have no upper body strength. And dude, we dropped, and you know those bars that sit at the end of them that like you climb up to get to the bars?
Yeah.
Dude, we ate shit on that thing.
Fuck,
had a big old bar mark under my arm. Terrible. Same time around the 90s too, but yeah, pretty crazy. But what's great about this game is it's the first game I felt like it's a like a legitimate Sonic 4. Like a legitimate, like it finally did that. The speed on it's great. The gameplay on it's great. They added stuff to the gameplay. So Chaos Emeralds now are powers. So you can get
that's how it always should have been. It should have been like Infinity Stones, and that's how they've done it.
It's basically what they had the idea for. Yeah. And what's so funny about it, like one of the Chaos Emeralds, you can make doppelgangers of yourself and attack bosses. They have one where it's a red one, and you can basically catch your spin in the middle of the air and like knock it up. And it's just wild, like what they did with it. The music, oh my God, please make a vinyl of it, please. It is so damn good. And what's great about it too is they made a new character called Trip. Spoiler alert, just to let you know. Imagine Sonic in spin mode that can actually climb walls.
Oh, that's cool.
So it's a lizard, and it's metal. So it has metal spikes, and it can literally roll and climb up walls. It's like Knuckles, but with a spin.
That's cool.
And it's a bonus for beating the game. And it's
okay. So he's kind of OP then.
Yeah, well, he's a boss in it. Like, you know how Knuckles was in that one? They did the same thing with this character with Robotnik. Also, the boss battles in this game, holy crap. If you like boss battles, these ones are insane.
Cool.
They go on for like a long length of time, and they're very, very creative the way they did them. And the last thing I'll say about it is that thank you for finally going back to the formula that I enjoyed as a kid. You know, I like doing that crazy speed where the screen couldn't catch up to me and stuff like that. I love stupid stuff like that.
You know what
level,
Oh, sorry, no, go ahead.
Sorry. They even made a level for you. They made a whole pinball horror level.
Yes. Yeah.
Which was really cool. And I just like the throwbacks they did there. But what were you going to say?
Oh, no. So while you were talking, I just realized, so like, you know, going back to the roots of Sonic, before I had a Genesis, and I was a Genesis kid, I didn't have a Super Nintendo. We ended up with Sonic 1, Sonic 2, Toe Jam and Earl. So good. So good. Anyway, but my first exposure to Sonic was through a kid. I went over to his house. His name was Ross Voorhees.
Like Jason Voorhees?
Yes. Yeah. I haven't thought about that in the longest time, but yeah, his name was Ross Voorhees.
Hi, my name's Jason, and this is my little killer brother, John Voorhees.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So Ross, if you're out there, thanks for letting me play your Genesis. You had an influence on my gaming repertoire.
You need to get a picture of him and put a Sega underneath it.
No, who knows where that guy is? Yeah, that was like grade school, man.
Yeah, I definitely hope that they work upon this like in the future. I hope this becomes a series for it, and I think it's fun that not only Nintendo but Sega finally like changed their formulas. You know, like let's try something new. You know, but the thing is, like you think about it right now, we kind of had it. You know, the new movie came out for Mario Brothers. New movie came out for Sega, you know, with the Sonic.
Yeah, exactly. This is a kind of a reboot for a new generation. They're bringing it to a brand new generation, but they're also doing us old gamers, us old
neighbors,
middle-aged gamers. They're doing us a favor and paying us a fan service as well. So they're making everybody happy.
And, I mean, it goes on to this day. What's so funny about the console wars, what people don't realize, there's still people who are like, I'm pro blue, PlayStation. No, I'm team green.
I don't care what console it is. Like, I will play it on either one. But, I mean, like, you know, and people are against console exclusives. But, yes, I would rather there be console exclusives. Give me a reason to play something. I mean, you know, it's been a while since I popped anything into my Xbox. I'll be honest.
I hate to say this, but like Sonic, I'm Team Blue right now. Screw Xbox. I'm sorry. All you Xbox people out there, you know what you guys need to make? An exclusive game that I want to play a game on there. Last time you made an exclusive game was Killer Instinct, and that's about it. I'm sorry.
I know. No. There was Killer Instinct, and then there was that Rare Replay that was awesome.
Yes. That's it.
That's
all these IPs. They have all these IPs. They don't release
for
them.
years. Yeah,
and I'm so
it's
tired.
frustrating.
You know what it reminds me of? You know what Xbox reminds me of? It reminds me of that PC kid back in the 90s. Like, oh, well, you have a console, but my PC is more powerful and stronger than your stuff.
Yeah.
Gameplay is king. Sorry. Hate to say that, but
it is.
King. And speaking of a sad moment about talking about our retro, beginnings, it has been reported that first by Best Buy that they will be no longer in the physical media business anymore. They will have some video games in their places, but most of the physical media like DVDs, 4K HDR Blu-rays and those type of things like that are going away. Then 2 days later, when you were in PRGE, Walmart also announced that, which is crazy because Walmart has a whole gigantic aisle of those things, which is like very, very weird. And the best thing ever, the $5 bundle bin where you just stick your hand in there and you pull something out and you're like, all right, cool.
So yeah, now we're talking about like there were really only 3 places left to get any physical media because Fry's Electronics is gone.
Yep.
And you can't get. There's no Sears. There's no Montgomery Wards. There's no, like back in the day, there were endless choices to get your media, but now there was only Walmart and Best Buy and Target, and Target's the only one that's going to be selling movies now.
Possibly, but see, here's the craziest thing about this whole thing that people don't realize what's going on. The scary scenario is this. You're not going to be able to own anything.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm trying to say here?
Yeah, you're buying a license. You're not actually
buying a license.
Yeah. And they can take it away.
Like that. If you don't understand this, look at
down.
Scott Pilgrim versus the World. On my PlayStation right now, I have 4 games that are not going to be out ever again. Mm-hmm. Turtles, the remake of Turtles in Time by Ubisoft. The Contra game that never got taken out except for on PS3. It was made by Arc Systems, which never got released again. Mm-hmm. Your 2 favorite, the Rebirth series, with Castlevania and the shooters and all those type of things like that. Yeah. X-Men Arcade is on my machine. Simpsons never got a re-release of their arcade game. So if my PlayStation craps out, I'll never have them again. They're absolutely gone. Yeah.
And I mean, to your point, and not even things that were free are safe, because look at PT. PT was a demo, and that was taken off without any sort of fanfare. Now you can't get it. So if you don't have it on your PS4, well, you're shit out of luck.
Also, what people are not thinking about with this physical thing going away is that you're going to have to be digital. And so you need storage. So if you're a big collector like ourselves, you're not going to be able to have enough storage on a hard drive to make this work. I feel like in a collector's realm, you probably need between 6 and 7 terabytes of storage.
Well, yeah, for modern games, yes. For modern games.
But then you have to keep switching them out. And let's say, for example, let's say I don't use the Sony service no more and I can't use the cloud stuff. Does that mean all my saves, all my stuff disappears?
Yeah.
You have no control over it.
It's and I mean, like right now, they're taking the 3DS eShop and the Wii U eShop offline.
Bye-bye.
Yeah.
And what's even crazier about this whole physical thing, too, and a lot of people don't realize this either, is what's going to happen to the prices of physical media.
Mm-hmm.
Like DVDs, for example, movies. Because here's a funny thing that, I'll say this really funny. I have Disney Plus, right? And the 4K on there and all that type of stuff. I will say this. I have Star Wars movies on 4K, and my DVDs look better than what's streamed.
Yeah.
Because it's not having to do an internet connection. It's not having to do buffering. It has to do all that other type of stuff. I just don't feel like we're ready for it. I thought maybe it would be probably gone by 2027 through 30, possibly. But I feel like they're jumping at this really quickly because they know they don't have to pay all this stuff for art and cases and this, and also
distribution
and all that type of stuff. And it's sad for this like my kids. You're not going to be able to socialize. Where are they going to go to get their stuff now? It's just like, oh, Amazon's going to bring me a truck like it's Santa Claus. It's like you don't get the experience of going out and getting to look at something, hold something in your hand, look at it. Oh, I might like this. I might not like this.
Yeah.
And it's super sad that we are dealing with this craziness right now because I'm fearful for it, man. That's why I'm buying weird stuff like Laserdiscs and stuff like that because I know down the road these things are going to go through the roof.
Well, and I'm also fearful for the future console generations. Who's to say that whenever Nintendo announces the Switch 2, whatever they call it, that it's not going to be digital only, and they're the first ones to take the step. I mean, it's not going to be a popular decision, but we were just talking about how Nintendo makes these decisions, and then eventually people come around. So it's inevitably going to happen. Nintendo still makes money off of their physical cartridges because they're proprietary. Yes, yep. That's why they'll never go disc. But at the same time, it's going to save them time and distribution and all those other things that you said to not have to even deal with it, which is a scary prospect, especially coming from my perspective, working for Premium Edition Games. Like if their next console is not backwards compatible, that's going to suck for us.
Yeah, for sure. And they don't think about that. Like what about limited run and all them too? Like, are they like the only way the only way you're going to have to make this work is like you're going to have to buy the actual equipment that they're using to build these things. That's an expensive little thing to do. But here's the thing. Here's the thing I feel about Nintendo. I don't think Nintendo's going to do it this generation. Because you know why? Because Nintendo's always set in their ways. They're set with, I'm going to do my cartridges. I don't care what you guys do. Because they know that we're collectors. They know that we want the stuff that they have. We like all the gadgets and gizmos and stuff. I'm hoping that they stay into it. Sony, if you didn't hear about their new Slim model that just came out.
Yeah.
You need an internet connection to use the CD add-on. If you don't have it, guess what? The disc does not work.
That's weird, man. That is weird.
Yeah,
that's what Microsoft was trying to do with the Xbox One at the beginning. Remember that?
Yep.
Like always on the internet.
Yep.
That's essentially what they're making you do.
Yeah. And what's crazy about this is that these old PS5s, like I think they're going to go up in value because they don't have those regulations against them. They can play whatever they want to, and they don't have to be online or any of that type of stuff. Yeah. And now with the Slim, you have to fucking buy. I'm not picking that thing up. I mean, there's no point of it. No. If I go get one, I'm probably just going to get one from a third party sale. I don't care.
It's inferior.
Yeah, it is. It's so funny because everyone used to make fun of the Fat Boys for PS3s, and then all of a sudden, the Slim, and then they're not backwards compatible. Oh, wait a minute, the originals are great. It's just like silly stuff.
And I mean, I haven't read too much into this whole needing to be on to use the disc attachment, but I will do some research on that just so I can speak to it. But that's what I heard anyway, and that doesn't sound very good.
And also another thing that I heard, shout out to RGT85 on this. He said that he was trying to watch a movie called PCU, right? Mm-hmm. So there is no other way to watch this movie unless you have a VHS tape. There was never a DVD made for it. There was never any digital companies that basically moved it over. And then also, if you see Disney right now, they're taking all the stuff that they put on their service and they're deleting it because it's costing too much money to run that streaming service. So they're taking stuff off of it. So what's the future for us? We have to jump on apps. What if we have no consoles anymore and we have to go through Xbox app and PlayStation app? You know how much fees we're gonna have to be paying for all?
I know, nickel and diming us like crazy.
You're paying almost $300, $400 soon just on streaming services to get specific things you want. I got Paramount Plus because I want to watch Beavis and Butthead. I have Disney because my kids like Bluey. I like Star Wars. And then I have Netflix because everything else gets put on there. So and then I have YouTube TV.
We've got HBO Max because of The Last of Us. We've got Disney Plus because of Loki. We've got Netflix because I still want to watch the Hateful Eight extended version. Yes. And then whatever else comes up on Netflix. But then Natalie, we've got DirecTV because of the Hallmark Channel.
Christmas movies all day.
Yeah.
It's just where does it end? Or is it what's going to happen in the future? Is it going to merge everybody? I'm buying Paramount, so I got all the stuff. I literally, the reason why I get Paramount is because it's everything I watched as a kid in the 90s. Jackass is on there, Viva La Bam, Robin Dyrdek, fucking Beavis and Butthead. all these like ridiculous shows. Like they even have like the spring break MTV shows on there and stuff, which is like wild. So for retroness, it's like the greatest thing ever. They have Doug and fucking Rugrats and fucking Our Real Monsters. Like, I can't beat that. Yeah. And it just sucks that like stuff's not coming together. Like we bought like an NFL ticket for the house here, so we can stream and watch our
that's on fail. YouTube TV.
So like I feel like you're just walking around with people like, I got this NFL Sunday ticket for you. Hey, I got Loki right here. Come here with me. Take some of your monies. It's just like it's so bad. Yeah. I can't stand it.
I know.
Sad of physical going away, and I feel sad for my children. Like they enjoy what they see down here, and it's sad that most of the new generation ain't gonna be able to see it. It's pretty sad. Yeah. All right, retrospective. I know that we were talking about like Mario and Sega this time. So this will be a new one. Courtney, we know that we still have to get to your game, so we're going to get to your game. We just he's been gone for PRGE, so we had to kind of time it up. So it'll be next week for that one.
So I actually did play it like right before we went on. I downloaded it on Steam. Yes, I did. I played it for about 15 minutes, and holy crap, man! It's like it's 3D Realms. Geez, really? I can't remember the name of the game already. Yeah, it's using the engine that they used for Duke Nukem 3D.
No shit.
Yes, it's really awesome. Good. It's really good.
I'll have to get the information from you so I can get it and play it.
Yeah.
So what do you think of it? So we'll give a review on that right now. So what do you?
It's totally worth it. Yes, I mean it's a total throwback. Obviously, I didn't get too far, and I only was using like the main weapon that you get. It's like a revolver, but just running around, it's like super smooth, and I'm playing it on like a super ultra wide, which is awesome. I never had anything like this as a kid whenever I was playing PC games, so to be able to play an FPS that's akin to Duke Nukem 3D, and it feels like it. Like it's pretty damn cool, and I do recommend that game. It's the first. I think they said it was the first game made in that engine in like 20 years or something like that.
That's wild.
Mm-hmm.
I can't wait. I love that stuff, man. That's like one of my favorite things in the world. I miss the first person shooter era from that generation. Once you got the Call of Duty, I'm out.
So I don't recommend both of us downloading it. It was $25 on Steam, which is kind of expensive. Exactly. So play it over here. I'll have you play it over here.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
So this week's retrospective that I chosen for you, since I'm going on my journey right now through the Metal Gear thing, I thought it would just be fun for you to join me along this journey. So your game this week is Metal Gear Solid 3. And you're gonna the goal is to beat the Virtuous Mission.
Virtuous Mission.
So Virtuous Mission is the first mission when you get caught. It's basically it's the opening thing for the game. Mm-hmm. So I'm enjoying it right now, going back into it. So I thought it would be a fun thing that me and you can go on the journey together and talk about.
Yep. Cool. Yeah, it's been a long time since I played that. So this is what you're going to be playing.
Uh-oh. Yes! 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 I love that game! God damn it! And Big Bumpin' too.
Yeah, so you're going to be playing Sneak King.
Yes!
Which was a Burger King released game, obviously. There were three of them. Pocket Bike Racers, Sneak King, and Big Bumpin'.
Bought it the first day they came out too in Germany, which is all weird.
Yeah, I bought them too. I've got sealed copies of all three of them.
Everyone thought they were going to be like this rare game that there's like a million of them made.
You get them for like $1 now.
Millions of them, yeah, dude. Funny. And even in Germany, like we would have going aways, people would like cut people's faces out and put them on there, and then give them as gifts. As a going away present, which is hilarious.
So this is your assignment for playing this game. I don't care how far you get in the game and how long you play it, but I'm assuming that Melissa has not seen this game.
Yes, probably not.
Okay, you have to sit there and play it, and then go, hey, I've got this new game, and then like no context, don't explain it to her or anything, and then just like straight face play it and see what she says. I want to know what she says about it.
She likes storylines, so
Okay.
she might actually get into it.
All right.
She's like, I'm trying to beat Mortal Kombat. Like, she's messing with me, and I'm not allowed to play it until she sees the end of the story. So I'm like stuck until she wants to do it. But she's making Halloween cookies right now, so I'll be playing it for a while. So right now I'll be playing this, and getting this done.
Yep.
Finally, damn Brad, and you're stupid. I'm gonna beat his game for him when he's sleeping. All right, last but not least is at the end of the show, as usual, is corrections. Do you have any corrections either over the past couple weeks?
Yeah, I do have a correction from PRGE, Portland Retro Gaming Expo. So, whenever I was giving my sales pitch to everybody, I would always say, "Let me know if you have any questions." Well, right next to us in our booth, the booth right next to us was Pat Contry and Ian Ferguson. Pat and Ian from the CU podcast.
Michael McDowell's fans.
Yeah. Ian, hilarious. Just great guys. Anyway, but Ian was overhearing my sales pitch, and he's like, "Oh, I got a question." And he asked what the file size was of, I think he pointed to Demon's Tier Plus. And I told him 2. It's actually 5. It's 5 files.
That's
not
crazy.
2. Yeah. No. I don't know what the file size is.
Yeah. He's trying to throw you a
I know. No, it was just funny. He was messing with me.
I'll have to make one correction on, and this is for my wife, and I'll just giggle about this. I had a meltdown about the water heater today. I was like, we're going to have to get labor and plumbers and electricians and all this stuff, and it's not under warranty. And then she's like, yes, it is. And then I went upstairs and see, no, it's not. It's not under warranty. You have to fix this problem. And then we got this a family hold shield thing for the house.
Oh, sure, yeah.
And we're like, well, you guys replaced it. We got the part. No, you didn't break it with us, so no, you cannot have it on there. And so then the water was falling, and she literally called the people that installed it in the house. Was like, yeah, we could do it $300.
Cool.
So she is the best. She helps me not to go over the boat.
Yeah, they keep us in check. That's for sure.
You wives out there that listen to this, kudos to you. Kudos to you.
Yeah, for putting up with our shit and keeping us sane.
Treating us like little kids that we still are at 42.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, thank you, everybody. Do you have any plugs for yourself there, Amaro?
Nope. I'm just gonna keep plugging away at this book, this massive book, and whenever I have any sort of major updates, I'll be sure to let you know. Just stay tuned.
You can follow me on GI Gamer 1981 on Facebook and Instagram. You know, ladies, Instagram, the weird places where we hold our hands in our air and hold our coffees and smile.
And I'm also working on trying to do more clips and things for us, so that's in the future as well. You'll see some clips on Instagram and Facebook you guys can enjoy as well. And please follow, like, and subscribe to our show, Magdx. We are on Apple, Spotify, and YouTube. If you want to watch us being silly, you definitely want to go on YouTube. But please share it with your friends. Tell your uncles about it. Your cats, your dogs, whatever you need to do. I appreciate it.
Especially your 93-year-old grandmothers. They would love us.
For sure. Shout out, Nana. Shout out. Hope you guys
shout out to you, Ivalou.
That's right. The best person ever. I said it. For sure. You guys have a great evening, and we'll see you next week on that Magdx.
Later, guys.